This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, erosion at St Clair prompts concerned residents to take matters into their own hands. Summer school isn't all books and classrooms thanks to the efforts of one organisation. And we'll find out how the creativity of local children is being utilised in the city's newest mural. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Debate is continuing to rage over what should be done about erosion at St Clair Beach. Concerned residents are taking matters into their own hands, forming an action group with close to 1,000 members. They're hoping local authorities take notice and start working on a permanent solution.
Surveying the damage. Long-time St Clair resident Graham Newton says ongoing beach erosion issues are getting worse. He believes the problems stem from the current seawall being built 12 years ago.
Nobody in their right mind anywhere around the world encroaches 18 metres into the ocean and expects to get away with it. So we believe that that encroachment is partly causing the problems here.
Newton is wanting the Dunedin City Council to adopt a soft engineering approach by replenishing the sand needed to buffer the seawall. He says that should help counteract some of the issues arising as a result of the damming of the Clutha River.
There's millions of cubic metres of sediment sitting behind those dams which should be coming to the coast on a regular basis, and it's just not happening. So we've got a sand-deprived coast, we've got a modified corner. Those are two of the problems.
Newton's been vocal about St Clair erosion issues for years, having spent decades as a resident and surf club member. He's also part of the recently formed St Clair Action Group, which is nearing 1,000 members. He hopes that with some experts on board, the group's concerns will start to be taken seriously.
We're going to delve into what we see as the problems. Council never listen to us anyway because we don't have qualifications after our name. But we do have people who've come out of the woodwork and are prepared to offer advice to us. And they do have the right qualifications.
City Council staff are monitoring the beach and its changing form. While Newton's concerned about the extent of erosion damage, he's hoping the situation can be rectified. An action group meeting is planned for early next month, offering a chance for interested parties to discuss the best way forward. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Delta has begun installing the South Island's first public charging station for electric vehicles in central Dunedin. Contractors have been working at this Full Street site where the charging station will replace a couple of car parks. It'll be free to use for the first year and is costing Delta about $50,000. The charging unit is compatible with all major makes of electric vehicles. Delta staff are hoping it will encourage residents to consider making the switch away from fuel-reliant cars. Resource consent for the charging unit was granted by the Dunedin City Council late last year. Most tertiary students are on holiday, but for some, summer is synonymous with study. More than 1,000 students are taking summer school classes at the University of Otago before the first semester kicks in, and one organisation is running events for those still on campus.
Blowing off the studying steam. University of Otago students are letting loose after returning back to campus early for summer school.
Summer school is about bringing something for the students who want to catch up, speed up or complete a bit quicker in their degrees.
The Otago University Students Association is providing free food, cricket and other activities for students finding themselves in the city over summer. The organisation says it's important to keep the rapport up with students during the summer break when many leave Dunedin.
These events are held for the students who come to Otago during summer schools. The campus is a little bit quieter, there's less things for them to do while they're here, so it's just to cater for all of those students. We hold quite a diverse range of events, so there's a lot of recreation courses that they can sign up to do, and events like this during the summer too.
More than 1,500 students are attending summer school with 56 papers available. They're grateful for efforts to keep the student community alive during what can be a lonely period.
You don't feel like you're fully part of the community if you're just at home and no one else is in your flat or there's no one else on your street even. So having these events basically gets the majority of the students who want to get out and have some fun with other students can do what they want to do.
Summer school continues for another month before the university's first semester officially starts in mid-February. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Staff at Orokonui Eco Sanctuary are confident stoats have been cleared from the reserve after a year-long battle. Extensive monitoring, including a 4-day walk by a specialist stoat detection dog, has failed to find any trace of the pests. But it's too late for the reserve's saddleback population, which is thought to have been eradicated. The effort to locate and remove stoats from the nature facility has cost about $10,000. The intruders are believed to have been within the reserve for up to 10 months. Artwork by local children is being incorporated into the city's latest public mural. The creative project is being completed this week by 2 Dunedin artists, and it's enhancing a school environment.
Adding a splash of colour. These local artists are putting paint to concrete within the grounds of George Street Normal School. But unlike other murals they've created, this one's utilising the work of children.
All of the childlike drawings, they are drawings that George Street Normal School pupils have done for us to put onto the wall. So we're basically taking their drawings, putting them into a vortex in the sky and then just spinning them around.
The artists are collaborating under the name Stickham and have been working on several large murals around the city. This piece has been in the planning for about 5 months and is expected to be finished on Friday, weather permitting. Novak's hoping it becomes a source of pride and inspiration for pupils at the school and for the wider public.
We've already had lots of comments from kids just going, wow, it's amazing, and there are some children who are at the holiday program at the moment who have contributed to the drawings, so they've seen their own drawings go up onto the wall, so that's been pretty cool.
The school's been supporting the project, organising a disco to raise money for the cost of scaffolding and supplies. Neighbouring landowners have also been involved, with all parties coming on board to endorse the work.
There's a lot of back and forth emailing and negotiating and finding scaffolding and doing the resource consent, which we're getting pretty good at now, and also getting the student input.
All will be revealed to pupils at the start of the school year when they return to class and see their work immortalised. Rosie Mannins, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we talk to the local man who led a considerable surveying project in Nepal and is the face of Falul Street about to change.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warranty fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
128 tracks, dynamic automation, dual faders, and totally digital. This is state-of-the-art music production. The SSL Digital Console. You'll find one in the BBC studios in London, another at CBS studios in New York, and now one at the University of Otago. It's a good reason why our sound now sounds even better. My name is Maddie Parkins Craig, and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Mobility Scooters Otago. Mobility Scooters, new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers. Free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
At your locally owned and operated Veggie Boys store, we've got fresh produce daily, fruit, veggies and more. Competitive prices is just one of the reasons people come to us in all seasons. Convenient locations and friendly crew, Veggie Boys Dunedin, come try something new. Stores in the north, the south, be our guest, Centre City as well to serve you the best. Daily specials on produce that are hard to beat, all tasty and healthy and all good to eat. Don't forget we've also got your milk, bread and meat. Veggie Boys Dunedin, your guaranteed a treat.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484 7272.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. Regional real estate markets remain strong with activity increasing significantly in Dunedin. House sales in the city were up almost 40% for December compared to a year ago. The median price also rose to $310,000. Almost 250 local homes were sold last month. In Otago, the median house price reached a record high 5 times during 2015. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day down 10 points. It's now at 6,114. The Nikkei is down 442 points. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is down against all the major currencies we follow. A local scientist has completed a significant surveying project in earthquake-stricken Nepal. Dr. Chris Pearson of the University of Otago was invited by the Nepalese government to lead the 6-week project, and he joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, what was the purpose of your work in Nepal?
The big earthquake that everybody's heard about, the 7.8 Gupta earthquake, caused Nepal, the Kathmandu Valley to shift south by about 2 meters. And that means that every point in Kathmandu, it's not a straight regular shift, it's kind of irregular, but everything's moved about 2 meters off its true position. So my job was to come up with some tools to allow people to correct for that.
Is 2 meters considered to be quite a considerable move?
Yes, it was a lot. I was very surprised. Now, to a bit of context, if you look at the Darfield earthquake, that had a shift of about 3 meters across the fault, but that was a tiny little area. This was about a third of Nepal moved by something like this amount, so it was a much larger shift. Mind you, it was a much larger earthquake.
How will the results of your project help the country to recover?
Well, just imagine that you're a homeowner and you're, and a lot of people are in this position. You want to rebuild your building, which is damaged or destroyed. So you design it. You'll take positions of the surrounding buildings and your property off databases. Those represent the pre-earthquake positions. Now everything's shifted. You go back with your GPS receiver and your surveyor will, and he sets out the building. If he doesn't have some way of correcting, everything can be shifted by about 2 meters, which could mean that something that's supposed to be up against the footpath could be in the middle of the road, and that would be that obviously is a problem. Yeah, it's basically to allow people, surveyors in Nepal to get their coordinate systems aligned with the situation of the Earth as it is now.
Was this project unique?
No, actually it isn't. It's a rather interesting story. The New Zealand has been kind of a pioneer in developing technology to correct for this sort of deformation, and Land Information New Zealand has developed some very useful tools. What I did effectively was simply to apply very similar methodologies to Nepal. And I even used computer programs that they developed Yeah, I do want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the help I got from people in the geodetic branch of Land Information New Zealand.
Who were you working alongside?
Well, okay, I was in the survey department of Nepal. It's not an academic department, it's actually a part of the government. So I worked on a day-to-day basis with people in the geodetic branch. So that was those are the Nepali side of my people I was working alongside. There was by the way, this is a New Zealand aid project funded by Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, and there was another fairly large aid project going with some earthquake engineers, and we sort of palled around in the evenings, and so they were provided a lot of support and companionship also. Also, by the way, Lisa, the honorary consul in Nepal, was a tremendous help. So.
Could you use what you learned in Nepal here in New Zealand?
Well, yes. I do similar projects. It certainly provides some context to understand how the faults in New Zealand are working. A good chance to learn how a different kind of plate boundary works. Actually, the place where I think this will be most useful, though, is we have some. We're working to some extent with people in the Pacific Islands and developing, dealing with similar projects, and I think this is where the it'll be most useful.
How can the constant shifting of the Earth be managed from a surveying point of view?
Well, what we do is we have a particular date in time, and we develop a numerical model which allows us to predict how the Earth is moving. And that was really most of what I did while I was in Nepal. Then we automatically apply that when we manage coordinates. We automatically shift the coordinates from the time they were measured to the time of the that particular time using this model. Any earthquakes and things like that will automatically be taken out because the earthquakes are included in the model.
It's fascinating stuff. Well done. Dr. Chris Pearson from the University of Otago, thanks very much for your time. After the break on 39 Dunedin News, a building in Fulul Street is earmarked to make way for apartments, and we're on the streets to learn the highlights of your summer to date.
Help delay the signs of ageing with Collagen Plus from Silberhorn. Collagen Plus helps supplement your body's own natural production of collagen, giving you firmer, healthier, younger looking skin, shinier, healthier hair and stronger nails. It's restoring your beauty from within, and it's great value. 3-month supply, that's 180 capsules, is just $98. We'll pay the courier charge to you, and we'll give you a luxurious face cream as well, beauty from the inside and the outside. Give us a call today, 0800 502 402.
Wake up time and another frantic day ahead for Haraway's Oat Singles. With 3 delicious flavours in each pack, they don't last long with this family. They're so convenient and tasty, and they're ready in seconds. Haraway's Oat Singles are the ideal breakfast or snack on the run for today's busy families. And there's a flavour to suit everyone. Beat the rush and make sure you get your favourite flavour. Haraway's Oat Singles. Try new Kiwi Favourites Caramel Variety Pack.
The team at Caltex North care more about you than just putting fuel in your tank. They care about you and your family. At the Caltex Valley Workshop, the skilled service team care about your safety, extending the life of your car and helping you live more economically. There's a range of modern equipment to give comprehensive warranty fitness checks and servicing to your vehicle. Come visit your only local in North East Valley and receive 10% off when you book your warrant and service together. That's your friendly Caltex Valley Workshop, 134 North Road, or book online at caltexvalley.co.nz.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Pellet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. pallet fires. So easy, so efficient.
The Good All, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's really important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good All is all about.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. The government is extending a drought classification for parts of Otago. Primary Industries Minister Nathan Guy says widespread drought conditions throughout the South Island are warranting the extension. A medium-scale event classification will remain in place until the end of June. Dunedin has received rainfall this week, but some other parts of the region are still suffering from prolonged dry weather. Farmers are being particularly hard hit, and the government is giving an extra $150,000 to rural support trusts. An apartment complex is being planned for the central city and is subject to a resource consent hearing at the Dunedin City Council. The 4-storey complex of 25 apartments is set to be developed in Philul Street. Council planners have recommended that resource consent be granted, subject to extensive conditions. A hearing for the proposal is scheduled for next Wednesday. The 1- and 2-bedroom apartments will surround a central courtyard and be constructed in 2 blocks. An existing building will be demolished and the site excavated to allow for development. A version of the application was initially lodged in 2012 but was shelved due to the economic downturn. School holidays are almost over and many locals are back at work following the Christmas break. So our Word on the Street team asked members of the public to share the highlights of their summer so far.
I guess spending time in Auckland with family, and I've been here to submit my thesis and that's about it. So I finally got 4 years of work done. So I think that's a fantastic thing. Yeah.
Probably the weather. It's been pretty warm, so that's good. It's always good when the weather's good, yeah.
Going on holiday, having a bit of time off. It's been good.
Definitely spending some time up in Cromwell in the sun. Yeah, going out on the lake and water skiing and things like that.
Trip to Punakaiki and being with family.
The heat, because it's warm, and I like going out to the beach.
Probably just hanging with friends and playing sport.
Spending time in lovely Wanaka and all the lovely sunny weather we've had. It's been great. Been the best summer ever. But it's been a bit dry though, and I'm pleased the rain's come along now, but we've had a lovely summer.
Motorbiking and surfing and skateboarding and everything else.
The Christmas break and the fine weather up until quite recently. Yeah, Dunedin's pumping, it's good to be in town, and it's a lovely city.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Concerned St Clair residents are forming an action group to address worsening beach erosion and are seeking solutions from authorities. Free campus activities are helping more than 1,000 students to enjoy summer school at the University of Otago. And children's artwork is being incorporated into the city's newest public mural, taking shape at George Street Normal School. Well, it's time now to take a look at what's going to be in Thursday's Otago Daily Times, and editor Barry Stewart is with us. Good evening.
Hello Rebecca, it's that time of year again. The Dunedin City Council is preparing its budgets for 2016-17. Chris Morris looks at what will be the issues, so interesting read there. Have a story on job losses at Hotel Sinclair, which has recently changed hands. It's in Korean ownership now. Dunedin Hepatitis C Resource Centre is under threat. It's lost its funding. Its future is somewhat uncertain. And we have a fantastic interview with the domestic goddess Nigella Lawson, she's on an Australasian tour. She's not in New Zealand yet. She's about to come to New Zealand to hold some special events, so we've caught up with her before she arrives.
Let's hope the sound dropped out on her for that wee part of the show.
You mean Nigella?
Yes. Thank you, Barry. That is tomorrow's ODT.
Thank you.
Time now for local weather.
This weather report proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Collagen Plus.
And here is tonight's city view is taken of a classic car coming down George Street. Plenty of them around, great to see. Around the city at 3 o'clock today, 19 degrees for the central city and the gardens, 25 out on the Tyree. To the situation, and a mild nor'west airstream is blowing over New Zealand for the rest of this week. To the forecast for the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow, nor'westers with the risk of showers and 19 degrees for Invercargill and Gore. Nor'westers and some rain in Tiana with 17 there. The place to be though, Alexandra with nor'westers and some high clouds with 26. And nor'westers with high cloud for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, highs ranging between 25 and 27 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, remaining fine with a low of 14. Tomorrow and Friday, warm with fresh to gusty nor'westers and high cloud, expecting 25 tomorrow, 26 on Friday. And to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, low tide tomorrow morning is shortly after 9 and high tide follows at around 2:30. And fishing conditions look good again tomorrow, especially at around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that is local news for Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.